When I left on this trip, in no way, shape, or form did I ever think that I'd move back to California.
Especially not back to LA.
I don't know, if you have every choice in the world, why would you make the same choice that you already did? But for some reason, when I got back to Virginia,
after about 2 weeks, I just felt like it was time to head back out to Los Angeles. So I did.
I had some money in my bank account, but I hadn't been here for a year. I didn't have a job, I didn't have a place to live, I didn't have a car, I didn't have anything. And so I really relied so heavily on my friends, drove me around to help me find a car, let me stay in their guest rooms until I found a place, and I couldn't have done it without them. A few months after that were a total whirlwind. I knew I wanted to work in TV. When I had first moved out to LA, I wanted to work as a surf and snowboard instructor, but I also wanted to kind of get my feet wet in television. So in between the seasons, I would day play as a production assistant on TV sets. When I got back, I decided that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to produce travel content for TV shows. I wanted to work for Travel Channel or Nat Geo, and that was it. I got a job as an assistant for 2 big-time Hollywood execs, and I learned everything I possibly could while working under them. And then they eventually promoted me to production coordinator, and then I was promoted again to associate producer. And then finally, I got my dream job on a multi-episode pilot for Travel Channel. I was an associate producer on a show. It took me to Ireland and all over the US. And there was this one point when I was in Las Vegas and we were filming, and it was like a crazy day, like a 16-hour, just insane shooting day. And then I was in the hotel overlooking the strip, and I just looked out the window and I was like, how the hell did I do this? How did I get here? The reason I was able to take this job was because they were looking for a producer with extensive travel experience. It actually put me ahead of the other producers who were definitely more qualified in TV terms for this job. But because I had such extensive travel experience, because I'd been making travel videos, they gave me the job. And that was pretty awesome. After that, I was able to roll that into another multi-episode pilot on a travel show, which took me all around Morocco. We were filming tea ceremonies and camels in the desert, and it was another one of those surreal, how did this happen? When you take a year off and you do whatever you want and you don't work at all and you go through all of your savings, you come back with a fierce fire to get where you want to go. And I think that because of that, putting in those late nights and putting in 150% and showing up every day and doing everything I could to get where I needed to be, it really in the end is what made the difference. And so I guess the really crazy thing is that by taking that year off and kind of getting lost around the world, I found my direction of where I wanted to go in life. And I came back with that in mind and was able to achieve it within a year. So yeah, if you're thinking of possibly taking time off to travel, maybe it will be the best thing for you in your career. I can't promise that. I didn't expect that. I had no idea that that was going to happen, but it did.
And this happened too. I met a guy, online of course.
I was working on a travel show, and he was commuting from Los Angeles to San Francisco every week for work, and we didn't have any time. We were both traveling all the time. So our first official date was actually at LAX in the airport, because I was leaving and he was coming, and we met up in departures and we sat on a bench and we talked for an hour and a half before I left. Now we actually live together, and I work on a show called House Hunters on HGTV, which is the opposite of a travel show. I'm here in LA all the time, but that's what's given me the time to make these videos, and it's what's given me the time to have friendships and a relationship and a life here in LA. And he actually stopped working for the company up in San Francisco, and he started a travel accommodation company called Overnight. If you saw my giveaway video, I talked a little bit about that. So he's here in LA all the time, and we actually all live in a house right now with him and his 2 friends who are his co-founders, and we all live together and we're one big happy family, and it's kind of awesome. What's next? Travel will always be a huge part of my life, and I have so much footage from previous trips. As I said, I was filming in Morocco and Ireland, all over the US. Before that, I had been in Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Panama. My boyfriend and I have been to Honduras and Belize, and we're about to go to India. So there is no shortage of trips or travel footage for me to be putting together in videos for you guys. But for now, what I'm going to be doing next is a backpacking basics series. I really want to answer the questions you guys have been asking me, and then back to traveling.
So that's it. This series is officially wrapped. 17 countries, 12 months, $12,000, and 1 backpack. I'd say it was a good time.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.